Man, this whole time, bro, they made us think Africa was such a poor country, bro, such a place you wouldn't want to be at, bro. And Speed is single-handedly changing my perspective on life. Every single aspect of Africa just makes my insides feel so good, bro. The American dream is the trap. Everybody else is free, but not free from America. America's the problem, bro.
Y'all probably wondering why I'm crying. I've been watching Speed streams, and I'm seeing all the love that he's getting in Angola. He's in South Africa, and he's getting massive amount of love, and the way that he was treated in Europe was disgusting. But to see him be a black man from the United States of African descent and be able to go back to the continent and be treated like a human by civilized African people, when we've been taught that Africa is primitive, that it's dangerous, don't go back, they have this, they have that, they don't want you, they don't like you. And to see an African American man with his stature go back to the motherland and be treated with so much respect. This is what...
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, welcome on board. So we've been hearing about this popular YouTuber, live streamer, right? That this guy has made so much name for himself, right? And he has been traveling the world. He has been going to places. He has been to Europe. He has been to Asia. When he went to Europe and Asia and all those countries that are not in Africa, right? There was an iota of racism being shown to him. Some people were calling him all kinds of racist, names and stuff like that. And it kind of dampened his spirit. And you could see he's a very friendly guy. He's very energetic, just like his high gaming, energetic content, right? So he's known for that. He live stream, and he's one of the biggest names when it comes to YouTube aside Mr. Beast, right? So the guy has made so much name for himself. So now he travels all around the world and live stream his experiences and all of that. So this is his first time going to Africa, and Africans are really welcoming him. Now, to see Americans being emotional about the whole thing, I understand a lot of Americans do not have education about what Africa entails or what Africa is. All of you guys, we are sold that negative rhetoric of Africa being a lost little continent stricken with poverty, and that we live in huts and mud houses, right? And it's kind of crazy because the internet is there. I kept saying that the internet is there. You can easily just Google and you're gonna see a lot of things. Although a lot of people were saying the internet, as soon as they Google it, it shows them mud and hard houses. Like the internet is totally skewed to give negative rhetoric about Africa and how we believe. And I kept saying it, having been someone that has traveled to almost 48 states of the United States. I've been through the rural and urban areas, and I could tell you categorically that I've seen more beautiful houses in my country than the houses that I've seen here. And this is not me trying to brag. This is what my eyes have seen. You can Google it, houses in Nigeria or houses in Africa, South Africa, houses in countries, like you will see it. I'm just trying to dispel that notion that Africa is taking place, right? And I love it that this guy is showcasing Africa. And let me tell you, Black Americans or any Black person from Caribbean or any of the islands, once you come to Africa, you're gonna be welcome, of course, because the first thing we see you as our brothers and sisters. We see you as one of our lost beloved ones. Once we see Black, we're just like extended, big family like that, right? So of course we're gonna welcome you, we're gonna love you, irrespective of the negative, stereotypes and rhetoric peddling around. Africans would always welcome their own. Forget all these African American fights that we people do on the internet. Once you come in person and you're a kind, humble person, sweet to be around, of course Africans are gonna welcome you. So guys, watch the remaining clips and let me know what you think in the comments.
But our people fought for. This is what they fought for when they fought against Jim Crow and segregation. This is what the slave revolts were about. This is what it's always been about. It's to be able to go back home to a home that you've never been and be unapologetically Black and not have to think about being Black. Just being able to have your natural hair and your brown skin and not be judged. and not be racially profiled and not be killed. I love the love that he is getting, and I love the love that all of my African American people are getting in the continent. And I know there's a lot of issues. I know there's a lot of things that need to be worked out, but I'm so proud. I'm so proud, and I love that for him, and I love that for all of my people that are over there. And I can't wait to hit the soil and experience it myself.
What the fuck? What's going on, my nigga? Let this balls out there, show. What's going on? You gotta do the Zulu dance. Zulu dance. You're a Zulu warrior now. You're a Zulu warrior. The fuck? Hold it like this. Yeah. That's the defense. Hey, what's going on? Muscle memory kicked in. For you, yes.
Please.
You made a video?
Okay, calm down. Okay. Please, money.
What? You want to clean my shoes?
This is something we do here in Angola.
Oh, she cleaning my shoes. What?
What's your name, Mauro?
What?
What's your name, Mauro? Eu vi o Speed a correr, o senhor é dos corredores
Sim,
mais
eu
do
tenho.
mundo.
Oh, sim, eu tenho. Obrigado.
Sim, tio, ajuda só com qualquer coisa pra me levar pra casa. É que não é fome.
Please, money. Okay, não, tá bom. Come. Eu vou.
O tio é amigo do Júnior.
Sim. Here.
Thank you,
He
amigo.
said his family need a house. I speak Portuguese.
Júnior, amigo do Júnior.
Junior?
Oh,
Sue, yeah. Okay, brother. Okay. Chat, he lucky I speak Portuguese. He said my family need a house. He said, família casa. I was like, okay, tá bom. Eu tenho.
You see how when Speed was streaming in other countries, they was calling him out of his name? They was being racist. He's not going through any of that in Africa. In Africa, it looked like Speed is living his best life. You could feel every bit of the love in his streams. This young man met the president of Angola. He's taking time with these people. He's racing people. He raced the African flag.
You ready?
You see how the African people was showing Speed love? Why wasn't Speed getting that love anywhere else? And not saying that he wasn't getting love fully, but he's not getting no hate in Africa. Why is that? Y'all remember the streams? People clipped those streams up. When Speed was in Europe, nasty work. Speed is in Africa and people are treating him like a human being. That says a lot. And you would think the way these people paint pictures about Africa, about people in Africa, that they wouldn't be treating Speed how they're treating Speed. But as we can see, Speed is being treated like a natural human being. And he is around very civilized people in Africa. Get that. Watch the stream.
Yo, so I'm kind of confused. Like, iShowSpeed is in Africa, and like, how? Like, they have Wi-Fi. I never knew that. And like, they have cars, houses. Like, shit's crazy. I never knew that.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Seeing the iShowSpeed Africa tour, that shit is making me want to go to Africa, bro. When Speed was in Europe, they was calling him monkey. They was throwing him bananas and shit. They was saying all type of racist shit when he was in the Europe tour. He pop up in Africa and then people showing him love like he's family already, bro. The propaganda is failing. It is crumbling before our very eyes. And then they want to call Africa uncivilized, bitch. I'm seeing the complete opposite.
everyone because you can't just greet them. Just,
Huh?
just wave to say hi to everyone. Yeah. That's how you do it. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so these are the diamonds. Yes.
Y'all made a whole
Yeah, we made a thing for you because
out of diamonds?
yes, these are diamonds. So you
Welcome iShowSpeed. Sir. That W's. Nah, this look crazy. You get that too? So these are all out of diamonds. So Botswana's a diamond country.
Yeah.
Why are these iShowSpeed videos trending so fast? Look at what's happening in the video. He's running around, laughing and joking with people, blending in with the locals, enjoying things on their terms, seeing things from their lens, and becoming a part of their scenery. This ain't travel content. This is exposure. This is what traveling is like when you go where they actually like you. Let's keep pushing this through the algorithm. The whole world needs to see this.
Hey man, switch to the drone. Switch to the drone. Show the beautiful Mozambique. Holy shit.
Many people are shocked at Americans reacting to the I Am Speed stream and being like, I didn't know Africa was like this, I didn't know Africa was like this. And as an English teacher currently residing in Asia and teaching in Asia, who has access to some of the textbooks and the information that they teach about Africa, I am not shocked at Americans not being aware because it's the same situation here in Asia. Like, Africa is taught to the kids and to the people here as being like a poor place. The pictures that you see in the textbooks are of like the typical hungry child with a fly and the mother begging for food. And when a city is shown, it's like a city that's close to the bush, you know, like when Africa was still developing. So they're not, the information about Africa is not updated, like it's still the old pictures. And also another thing is because they consider Africa as a whole and they don't separate our problems, they see our problems as one, you know, like for example, maybe Uganda could struggle with water, but other places there's water, but they're not portrayed as like the whole of Africa is dry, you know, because they can't separate between all the different countries. So hence it's like when they see one picture of like a dry place, then it's like, oh no, the whole of Africa is dry, you know. So that's just how Africa is being taught to the people here in Asia. And some of the questions that they ask sometimes I'm just like wow. I remember this one time the question was, or the topic in class was, what would you do if there was no school, like there was no such a thing as school, like what would you use your day to do? And I remember one of the things that the teacher asked me is like, so if there was no school, what would you do? Would you play with elephants and ride them the whole day? And I'm like, you know, things like that. And to show that the information is not updated, someone asked me about, because I'm from South Africa, so they asked me about apartheid. They're like, oh, how's apartheid going? Like, are they still killing black people? Like, yo, that was 30 years ago, like more than 30 years ago, you know? So the information is not up to date. They have old information about Africa. And because Africa is portrayed as this place where it's like poor and we're begging for food and we're always asking for help, people are not interested to even go and research more about it. Because to be honest, if there's that person that's always begging, and no one will be interested to know in them, you know, everyone wants to know the glitz and the glam that's portrayed as like America, that's portrayed as like Europe, Australia. That's where the glitz and the glam is. And that's why a lot of the culture, even here in Japan, like black culture, it's like the American, black American is the influence, because that is what's portrayed as like cool, and Africa's portrayed as like beggars. So they don't even go that extra mile to say, oh, let me find out about this place. It's just like, yo, these people always begging for money and assistance and aid and donations and stuff like that. So there's no interest to really go and look. So I kind of don't blame them, because that's just what they're taught, you know, and which is now the opposite of us in Africa, where we are taught a lot about other countries. Like in South Africa, our history, we did like Martin Luther King, we learned about Germany, the war, World War I, World War II. We know a lot of things about other countries outside of Africa, even more than we know about Africa, you know. In fact, this past Thursday, it's only then that I learned that Nigeria and Ghana are not next door neighbors. There's a country named Togo in between them. I was 2 years old. Like, I did not know. I didn't, honestly, because why? We are taught in Africa more about Europe than we are even taught about Africa. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know much about Kenya. I don't know much about Ghana. I don't know much about Nigeria. I don't know much about a lot of African countries. But I know much about European countries. So it's a lot, you know, it's a lot. In as much as we might cry and say, oh, they don't know about Africa, they know about Africa, we also don't know about Africa. We know about America and Europe too. Think about that.
And if you notice in some of his videos, wherever he goes, he tends to give, you know, the locals some money, you know, some sort of support, appreciation. And you could see people drawing him, you know, doing something special to make him feel welcome and all of those good stuff. I really love the fact that he's showcasing Africa in a better light, other than what the Western media has been, you know, doing for the longest time, right? So I'm so happy that he's showcasing Africa. But of course, Africa has been there, guys. You know, a lot of pictures are on the internet. But again, I said, just like other people, when they Google, you know, Africa, it's always a skewed, you know, representation of our experience or experiences, right? So it's kind of crazy. And I love the fact that he's doing it well. This guy is really, really humble. And the fact that he's one of the best YouTubers right now in the world, his net worth is around $10 to $30 million. Like, this guy has made so much name for himself, right? And he has been giving out, he has been helping people, he has been training a lot of, you know, young black children to be into live streaming where they could easily make money. So it's a good thing, and I pray that he will use this to, you know, encourage maybe other black Americans or black people in the Caribbean islands to, you know, go check it for themselves, right? Yeah, we have our problems, just like I said in what happened to Anthony Joshua. We have our own fundamental structural issues, right? But that does not negate the fact that we still have good stuff in Africa. We are not that backwards. We don't live in mud and had houses. We live in good houses. So it's about time people go check it for themselves, right? It's not enough to just sit and allow the Western media to peddle these lies about Africa, because Africa has got a lot to offer. And by the way, we have 54 countries in Africa. Africa is not a country, it's a continent, okay? So guys, thank you so much. If you have come this far in this video, please do me the honor and hit on the subscribe button, hit on the like button, hype this video, share this video with your friends, and always come back for more. See you in the next one. Have a blessed day.